Marcin, or Lindsay, who will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 4 house, finishing in 4th place? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. It's day 79 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Nick was the head of household. He nominated Marcin and Lindsay for eviction, but Brazil won the final Golden Power Veto competition of the season, Big Brother Staircase, and chose obviously not to use it, but it means she cast the sole vote to evict this week. Who will she evict? We'll find out shortly. But first, it is 2:27 a.m. when I'm filming this episode. I'm very, very tired. We had a very long day. Part 1 of the 3-part head of household competition went till 1:30 plus in the morning. So I'm just going to get right to it. Sorry. I'm not going to get right to it. By winning the Golden Power Veto, Brazil has secured her spot in the final 3 with Nick, and both Brazil and Nick have yet to be nominated. If either one can win head of household in the final 3, they will join Alvin as the only 2 house guests in Big Brother Canada, US, Cheesecake, Celebrity Over the Top history to get to final 2 having not been nominated. And when Alvin did it last season, I thought, oh, this will never happen again. Here we are, almost a year later. But if Lindsay or Marcin, whoever survives tonight, if they win the final HOH, then neither one gets the title because they'd both be on the block. Okay, Marcin, Lindsay, in just a moment, Brazil will cast the sole vote to evict. You have about, we're going to say, 30 seconds to please make a brief statement. Marcin, you're up first. Whoa. I'm tired. I would love, Brazil, for you to keep me in the game. We have all worked hard together, so I know it is a difficult decision to pick between Lindsay and I, but I would be lying if I said I didn't want to continue in this game. My life in this game is in your hands, and whatever decision you make, I respect. Nick may have nominated me, but you alone can save me. If you save me and need a place to crash in Canada if things go sour in USA, I have a basement with its own bathroom you can stay in. It's not glamorous, but the neighborhood is quiet and you can bring Nala because my yard is pretty large. So please consider keeping me another week. Okay, thank you, Marcin. And Lindsay, you're up next. Congratulations, Brazil. My life is in your hands. I know our decisions in this game have rarely aligned, and our arguments in the house have given Andrew Emmy Award-winning material, but if you keep me in this game if things go sour in the USA, I will send you and Nala a care package of Lindt chocolate bananas. But really, I fall in love with this game and would love the chance to take one step closer with you to the end. Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. When Brazil reveals her vote, the evicted house guests will have about 15 minutes to say their goodbyes, gather his or her belongings before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Okay, here we go, if I can find it. Brazil, please stand in front of your house guests and cast your vote to evict. I'm Brazil. Can you believe I made the final 3? Neither Joanne nor her other spirit animal, Nicole, has made it this far. I'm here to represent Joanne. Speaking of which, I can make a lovely evening gown out of this tank top. Look how elegant I look. I'm ready for my spot at Miss USA. Oh, I just have to even them up. So pretty. Okay. As much as I love... Why won't this sign stay down? As much as I love winning safety for myself, I equally hate having to send home one of my 2 very good friends. I've worked with both of you from the beginning and have the utmost respect for both of you. My decision came down to where my loyalties lie and who I can trust more in the end. Marcin, I understand why you did what you needed to do to fight to stay in the game a few weeks back, but you were also the first one to turn on Alliance 562 to get Curtis evicted, and that one still stings. You know what else still stings? I wanted to name the Alliance 8675309, and nobody got the reference. Fucking millennials. When I compare you and Lindsay, that's the only thing that differs between the two of you, and what landed me at my decision today. I'm sorry, Marcin. Brazil, I need an answer. You talked a lot, but you didn't say the words that you're supposed to, and you pulled the Donnie. Don't rush me, Jesus. I vote to evict Marcin. Marcin, it's official. You are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 4 house. Marcin, it's Michael. I don't fire people. I hire people. I inspire people. But in this case, Jen, that juiced up junkie, she's making me do this. So, you're fired. I hope we can still be friends. Marcin, you got about 15 minutes to say your goodbyes before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Thanks for playing. Better luck next time. Marcin, you are the last member of the warehouse, which means the warehouse is not winning this season. We're down to 1 accountant and 2 customer service members. Marcin, I thought you played a great game. You came in with those 4 other operators who all wanted to work together, Susie, Lisa, Jack, CJ. And you, from the beginning, day 1 in your diary room, told me, I'm playing for myself, I'm not playing for anybody else, and you were the only operator who was making connections outside of the operators for the first 3 weeks or so. Jack and CJ did start doing that as the game progressed, but you were the only one that did it from the beginning, and I think that's one of the reasons why you are the last operator left standing in 4th place, which also means that for the 4th season in a row, a transit operator will not win Big Brother Cheesecake. So that curse is still active. But Kelly, Rob at work, Hector, Johnny Vegas, Hector Casanova, Kelly Rhodes, Rob, what's Rob's last name? Robert Todd. I know, right? The whole 2 first names as a last name is weird. But anyway, he has great recipes. You should see his recipes on Facebook. It's where I get my inspirations. But yeah, I'm looking at all of you for season 6. But yeah, Marcin, I did think overall played a great game. And if you could have just won something in the last 2 weeks or so, it would have made such a big difference. And I think that's what maybe cost you the game in the end. Okay. And I know you did fight till the bitter end too, which I saw. So kudos to you. Okay, now it's time to get to the final 3-part Head of Household competition of the season. The winner of this Head of Household competition will get to single-handedly choose who to evict and who to bring with them to the final 2. Unlike in previous Head of Household competitions, the outgoing Head of Household will be eligible to compete in the final 3 HOH, which means Nick, Brazil, Lindsay, you are all playing. The winners of Part 1 and Part 2 will advance to Part 3, and the winner of Part 3 will obviously be the Head of Household. Part 1 of the 3-part Head of Household competition is called Big Brother Deal or No Deal Do-Over, and here's how it works. The Deal or No Deal Do-Over essentially is Deal or No Deal. But I made a change last season which worked really well, because Deal or No Deal is pretty heavily luck-based. I mean, in Season 1, Chad won this part. In Season 2, Ashley won this part. Not that either of them are not competitors, but I'm just saying. Ashley's going to hate the fact that I put her in a team with Chad. So in Season 3, I changed it, where there was a qualifying quiz. And it worked out really well, and so there's going to be a qualifying quiz to this. The winner of the qualifying quiz gets to go last in Deal or No Deal. Second place goes second, and whoever is last in the quiz has to go first. And all the Deal or No Deal games are public, so that the person going second knows what the first person got, and the person going third knows what the first and second people got. So the person going third has the advantage of they just have to wait for an offer that's higher. Yeah. I remember last year, so Chantel did worst in the quiz, then Jojo and Alvin won. Chantel had a good score, Jojo did terribly, he just had bad luck, and then Alvin and Chantel were neck and neck, and Alvin did win part 1. So what's going to happen this time around? Okay, it's time to get to the qualifying quiz. Is everybody ready? Then let's begin. So for the qualifying quiz, it was before or after. I would give you two instances in the game, and you had to decide whether the first one came before or after the second. Okay, here we go. Question 1. Did Michael Scott call Jan a drugged-up douchewee before or after calling her a washed-up warlock? You all say B, before. You all say before. You are all correct. Everybody has 1 point. Question 2. Did Curtis win his third head of household competition before or after winning his first Golden Power Veto competition? You all say before. You are all correct. Everybody has 2 points. Question 3. Did Don Cherry make a guest appearance before or after Lisa said she was fucking pissed at CJ and Andrew? Nick says before, Brazil and Lindsay say after. The correct answer is after. Brazil and Lindsay 3, Nick 2. Question 4. Did Nicole say Marcin is a good man? It still cracks me up. Marcin is a good man! Before or after Krista said Brenda seems really sweet? Brazil says before. Lindsay and Nick say after, and the correct answer is before. So Brazil 4, Lindsay 3, Nick 2. Question 5. Was the third member of sales evicted before or after the second member of warehouse? Brazil says before. Lindsay and Nick say after. The correct answer is after. Brazil and Lindsay 4, Nick 3. Question 6. Did Joanne make the Nanaimo Bar rum and raisin sundae before or after CJ made the rum birthday cake? Lindsay says before. Brazil and Nick say after. The correct answer is after. Brazil 5, Lindsay 4, Nick 4. Question 7. Did Kat win the poison pretzel in Prank or No Prank before or after Ryan's promotion to jury expired? You all say before. You're all correct. Brazil 6, Lindsay 5, Nick 5. Question 8. Was Lindsay's voice revealed before or after CJ used the Topaz Power Veto on herself? I was expecting this, you all to get, or at least somebody to get this wrong, but you all say after. You are all correct. Well done. Brazil 7, Lindsay 6, Nick 6. Because Topaz used, or CJ used the Topaz Veto, and Lindsay should have had her voice in that episode, but CJ was like, no, it's okay, I don't need to hear your voice. And so Lindsay came after that. Question 9. Did Dolly Parton, Lynn, sing Islands in the Stream before or after singing Working 9 to 5? Lindsay says before. Brazil and Nick say after. The correct answer is before. Brazil 7, Lindsay 7, Nick 6. Question 10. Did Rai Rai win Big Brother Beer Pong before or after the first house guest holding Monopoly pieces was evicted? Lindsay says before. Brazil and Nick say after. And the correct answer is after, which means Brazil with 8 has won the qualifying quiz. Lindsay and Nick each have 7. Lindsay answered in 7 minutes, Nick in 9. So Lindsay gets the second spot and Nick is third. Which means, since Brazil won the quiz, she gets to go last, Lindsay will go second, and Nick has to go first. Now it's on to Deal or No Deal. So, Nick started off really well. First offer, $27,000. Second offer, $67,000. Said no deal. Then he opened up a lot of small ones. And third offer was $132,000. And I was like, okay, he might possibly take this because it's a high number. We'll see. He said no deal. He then said, give me a minute, and I joked around. And I said, where did I say it? No, I said it later, sorry. He said no deal. Then he opened up small cases again, and it went up to $193,000. He said no deal. He opened up $10 and $200,000, and his next offer was this. Wow. $257,000, to which then I said, if you're trying to throw it, you're really sucking at it. he asked one case at a time, and I said yes, one case at a time, something we haven't done since Joanne in season 2, when she said no deal to everything because she doesn't believe in banks. Then Lindsay said, I can attest to the fact that we have not spoken a word about the comp this time. And I'm like, oh please, you're probably at Nick's place right now. Say hi to his boyfriend for me and to Chantal who's on FaceTime. Nick says, haha, you dork. No deal, he says. He picks one case, and this is the case. His next offer goes from $257,000 to this. Wow. It's been a long time since I've seen an offer that high. $330,000. I don't recall an offer that high since Jeffrey in season 1 when he literally took 2 hours to decide whether to say deal or no deal, and he ended up winning. But yeah, that's quite a good offer. Everyone's like, holy shit, and Nick says deal. He asked if he wanted us to play it out for fun, and I would have said yes just to see what would have happened, but the girls were really anxious to get on with it. So he took a deal for $330,000. This was what was in his case. The lowest amount by far of the 5 remaining. So even if he said no deal, yeah, he could have opened up smaller amounts and it would have gone up, but ultimately his case had $750, so it's just a matter of time before the offer got dragged down. Mind you, if the $1 million stayed in until there were 2 cases left, I guess it could have gone up. But anyway, the point is, Nick did really well. $330,000 was his final score. Now, Lindsay, she played Deal or No Deal earlier in the day because she was supposed to go to bed at sunset at her bedtime because she's going camping today. But she decided to stay up anyway, but I had to go with what she did earlier on in the day. So, had she not played earlier on in the day, she would have kept saying no deal until she passed $330,000. But instead, we had to go with her original score, which was that she took the third offer. The third offer was $78,000, not enough. So Nick now stays in the lead at $330,000 with just Brazil left. So Brazil started out good, decent, $25,000 first offer. Then she opened up a lot of big ones, $400,000, $1,750,000. Brazil has said all season long she suffers from Brazil luck. I mean, I'm starting to believe it. I never thought having good or bad luck was something that was attributed to a person, but maybe it's just something in the universe. I don't know. But again, with Monopoly, with a whole bunch of other comps with this, her next offer was $18,000. She says no deal. She opens up $750,000, $25,000, $100,000, $10,000, goes up to $59,000, which is good, but obviously nowhere near enough. She says no deal. At this point, there's only one case higher than $330,000, which is $500,000. So she needs to keep saying no deal and hope that the $500,000 stays in the game. She opens up 3 cases, $100, $200,000, and $500,000, which means she cannot win more than $200,000. And Nick, congratulations, you have won part 1 of the 3-part head of household competition. Even though Nick had the lowest score in the qualifying quiz, luck was on his side, and he could have taken the third offer and still won, but he went all the way up to $330,000, and you have advanced to part 3 of the 3-part head of household competition, which means Lindsay and Brazil will be facing off today in part 2. Who will win part 2 of the 3-part head of household competition? Lindsay or Brazil? Find out tomorrow. Then Thursday, who will win part 3 and become the final head of household? Saturday is the final live eviction of the season, where we will learn the identities of the final 2 and who will be the last juror. Sunday, the jury members sit down with Reality Realness members, Jojo, Jonathan, and Chantal, to discuss the merits of the final 2. Monday, they cast their votes for the winner, and Tuesday is finale night, where we will crown the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake for Office Wars. I'm Andrew Chefs from Moonbest. Take care, and we leave you as we drop on the house guests. Good night.